Good morning, everybody. Beckie Belote in Newport News, Virginia. I am a Creative Memories Advisor, and I am set up for a crop today because we are doing our pre-Thanksgiving crop, and no one really is here except for my assistant Holly and my Aunt Deborah. So, but they will be coming in shortly, so I need to get this show on the road. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you a couple of things. For those of you that are in my client base that were at my crop yesterday or Zoomed in last night, a couple of these ideas you've already seen. So I'm going to show the one you haven't seen first. And then for everybody else, you can see the other ideas after. So that way, if those of you that have already seen it can just tune me out afterwards. All right. So anyways, I just do want to give another plug in for a wish list. If you're looking for something extra special under your Christmas tree, and Creative Memories is that thing. You just need to let somebody know. Most people are really looking for ideas to make you happy. So one thing that you can do is go to your Creative Memories account. And at the top, if you click on your name, a little drop down menu will come up, and then my wish list will come up. So that's where you can put the things that you want. How do you get the things that you want on that list? You just browse our website, and on every single product that you would love to have, put a heart mark by it. There's these little hearts, and if you click on it, it turns red, and that means it went to your wish list. And then you can go back to your wish list. You can share it with your kids, your parents, your boyfriend, your spouse, whoever you think might be looking for a gift idea. All right. So you can share it with them, and make sure you also share it with your Creative Memories Advisor. And that way, for people that aren't computer savvy, like sometimes, like I know my mother would have never shopped online. But if somebody had called her and told her what was on my list, I know that she would have purchased. So anyways, hope that helps. Reach out to your advisor or me if you don't have one. And I would love to help you with that. So let's go ahead and jump into this. What I'm doing for the first border, and this is Christian themed because it has little baby Jesus in it. This is the Nativity punch. This one I love, and you probably only pull it out at Christmas time. But I love it because there's so much. Even on our paper line, I was kind of disappointed. I love the paper line, and don't get me wrong. Seasonal sightings, it's beautiful for Christmas. It's beautiful for not Christmas. It's beautiful for the season, which is kind of their philosophy with it. But I always love to be able to put the Christian part back into Christmas. I don't know if some of you are like that too, but this one it really screams that. So I'm going to show you an idea with this, and also I'm going to pair it, believe it or not, with Mandala Burst. Okay, so let me share my screen, and and after that, if you're having folks over for Thanksgiving or for Christmas this year, I'm going to show you a cool thing to maybe help make your table a little bit prettier. That's really super fast and easy. And for that, you're going to want your beveled tag punch. Okay, so we're going to use that, and square or circle works really nice with that. So that's what I'm going to do second. All right. So, and also a page layout idea that I kind of stumbled across when I was fiddling with it. So let's go ahead and share my screen. All right, so first of all, the border. So what you're going to want to do, let me grab a pen. So you're going to want to find the center of your paper. Since I'm working on navy, I'm going to grab a silver pen. I don't know if you have our handy. Ooh, this is not showing up. Why is that? Huh. Oh, it's gray. That's why I grabbed the wrong one. Huh. I was using it last night. This is Beckie's Follies, right? Always have something. And it's really nice to have somebody scrapbooking with you that can pull out the proper color pen. All right, so there we go. There we can see it. All right, hopefully you can see it. I'll do it a little bigger because it's going to go away anyways. Thank you, Holly. I'll give you this back because I know that I will lose it before I'm done with this presentation. All right. So I just needed a center point. All right, and then we're going to flip this guy upside down. Now, you know how I have talked about how sometimes our punches are really super cool that they mark the middle. This Nativity does not mark the middle, so you're going to want to mark the middle. Okay, so I forget how big this was. I want to say 2.5, and I think I went in 1.25, but don't quote me on that. I did it last night and I really can't remember. All right, so there you go right there. And we're gonna put this in so that this dot and this dot match. That means it's at the middle. All right, so that's my middle point. And then we're going to come in and also upside down, we're going to take the Mandala Burst punch. These are border punches. They are free punches. They don't need any other tools to make them work. So you can see the metal inside my punch there. I'm going to slide it so that it's going to cut just the paper. So I'm going to slide it shut. And I'm going to do that on both sides. There's the innards of the punch. And I'm going to keep sliding it till the blue has filled the space. The other two, we don't have to do upside down. Once you have a pattern, you can do it right side up. But because I was mixing the punches, that was something that I would have had to do here. So I want to match my pattern here. So you see the blue, you don't want to see that aqua blue. We want to cover that up with our the blue cut piece to make sure it's right. So that's beautiful. I'm going to do the same thing down here, except for we're going to let it come out this side. See how you can see the aqua? I don't want to see the aqua. I want to cover that up. I can't do it upside down, sorry. I'm having issues. There we go. I was trying to look all cool, but I'm not all that cool. So there we go. All right. So now, is that super pretty? So this border hangs onto the paper, so you could leave it just like that, or you could trim it off. I just love this. I have seen it, I've done it, quite frankly, where I put it on white. Let me grab a piece of white real fast. This was an impromptu thought that I decided I wanted to show you. So if I were to build this one on white, what I like to do is take my little foam pad. Let's see if I can find a foam pad super fast. These are those little makeup squares that you probably have at home, and grab your yellow pen. And then you can just kind of tap in this area over the angel and give it a little yellow. I can see that, but you know what? It's not showing up very well on my screen. I'm going to pull it up a little high, and that way it's kind of subtle. Let's see if my camera will adjust for me. Wow, it's really not showing up. The lighting in here is weird. It's so bright. Huh. I can't see it at all, but you'll be able to see it at home. Like, it's really obvious here. Wow. I don't see it. Not one lick. I'm going to put a little bit more on it, but it really doesn't need it. It really is really obvious here. But anyways, there you go. I know that now you can kind of see it. It's very subtle, really pretty for Advent. You love it? Okay, and then again, you can cut it off. So the page that I made with this for you to see, you know how I like to, I'm gonna put my top back on so I don't lose it. Do y'all have these little cases to put your stuff in? I think they're super cool. By the way, Holly, will you grab me that case that's in the red box right there? We do have a promotion going on right now. If you like little cases for your pens, the whole thing, grab the whole box. We have 2 bundles that you can get for absolutely free. This one just came in, and I'm only reaching out because it has a little pouch in here for you to put your pens in, which is super cool. And it also has this little magnetic flap for those of you that like to watch my videos, my YouTube videos. You can sit your phone right there and you can build right along, and it's got this little gritty thing so that it won't slide. You can put your iPad or whatever. So anyways, this is a great little collection, and it has all kinds of other things in it. You should check it out on the website. It's got a green and a blue micro tip pen, green and red, and some mats and a cool little template. Well, anyways, this is just one of multiple bundles that you can get by making either a $100 purchase or a $160 purchase. This one you get for making a $160 purchase. And there's others too, but I'm just going to show you that one. So it just popped into my mind. And I don't know if you knew about it. That promotion does end Friday at 1 o'clock. Typically towards the end of promotions, we start running out of things. So you might out of the bundles and you have to, pick one that we have. So I wouldn't wait too long. So here we go. This is what I did with that. I did a border down at the bottom. I used the seasonal sidings mats. These are colors from the seasonal sidings paper line. I added some bronze paper. For those of you that were lucky enough to get one of our bow and envelope makers, this is the extra small bow that I've added right here. I've put a little foam pad in there so that it will maintain a little bit of its puffiness there once I slide the page protector over. Super pretty, huh? All right, so that one you can make for Christmas. All right, and then the next thing that I want to show you how to do, this is for those of you that want to add a little bling bling to your table for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. I made these little tint cards with the bevel punch and either the circle or the square, and then whatever punch makes it festive for you. These can be used for all kinds of occasions. I've made a lot of them. So I'm just going to kind of give you some ideas. Like I thought this one would be super cute. They sit up on their own, but I thought this would be really cute for a baby shower. So you could put the name of the guest on here. This part of it, you could move around, put it higher if you wanted to put the name of a guest on it. You could put the name of what's being served, like a shrimp casserole or whatever. If you wanted to put them by the things that you're actually serving, you would do it in the colors of the shower. This one I love. This is the duck punch, by the way, and the circle punch. All right, and I'm going to show you how to do this concoction, the building part. It would also make a great tag for a gift, right? You could actually thread some raffia through there and attach it to a gift with a little note inside. You could pre-make a whole bunch of those, but I was kind of doing it. I love to put these out when I'm doing dinner parties or events at my house. I like to put little name tags out. This one is the dine punch, and it's one of these border punches. So you just do one punch and you get this look right here that'll fit perfectly on this. Is that beautiful? I did this little Christmassy one. How pretty would that be on your Christmas table? You would just put their name right there, or again, it would be a pretty gift tag. On this one I did for a little bridal shower, and this is bells and bows, the bells and bows punch with the circle. And then I actually made some for my Thanksgiving table tomorrow. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to ask them, I'm not going to use these to mark their seats. I don't really care where they sit tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is ask them to grab one and to write what they're thankful for on the inside. And then I'm going to save these for my scrapbook. In fact, I don't even mind if they take the top part. I'm going to keep the part where they're thankful for, and I can keep mine for the decoration, mine and my husband's. So these are already for my table. I did 2 different looks. This was using the autumn leaf punch and the square punch. And then I did this one, this color scheme too. So this was with the spring leaf punch and the square punch, bronze paper here. All right, so this is what I'm going to teach you how to do. And in doing this, I discovered a really cool idea also for our pages. So let's jump to it. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper, and we're going to cut it at 2.5. Now, if you want multiples of these, you're going to need multiple 2.5 strips. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 strips because I have a motive for why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing that. That's silly. All right, 2.5. All right, so you're going to be able to make 2 of these with 2.5 strips. All right, so I'm going to stack them because you can do them more than one at a time. And this bevel punch, it has on here the different, why am I doing it upside down? It has the different measures of different size tags. All right. So I am going to do 2.5. So I'm going to put these both in the track. If it's perfectly in the track at 2.5, and I'm going to do both ends to save time. Then what I'm going to do is pull out my trimmer. I'm going to change my straight blade to my perforating blade. Score will also work. I like perforating in this example. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up. So we have all this beveling going on, and when it stops beveling, it's just a regular rectangle piece. And I'm going to line up that rectangle piece to that piece that I talked about last week in Tip Tuesday. It's this little crease edge that pops up after the mat strip. So on this side, to the right side, the small side, there's a little ledge that's caused by the sticker. When the company put this sticker here with this grid, it has a little edge there. So I'm lining up my my normal part of the rectangle so that it is lined up with that little piece. And I'm going to perforate both of them at the same time. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. My mat strip is really about exhausted on this side, so I'm going to change it in a moment. What you have to be worried about when you're cutting on one that's exhausted is that when you do perforations, it cuts through, and you don't want that to happen. You can start telling when it needs to be changed because when you run your fingers across it, it feels like little mountains. It means it's starting to invert up. All right, so you don't want that to happen. And this says number 2, which means I'm on the 2nd groove. So you can simply flip your mat strip. This is the 4th groove. I'm going to go to the 3rd groove. Now, it means I still have lots of life left in this mat strip. All right. I meant to change it last night and I didn't. All right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to fold these back temporarily. And then you're going to cut. I'm going to go ahead and do them both at the same time again. I am so lazy. I hate to cut. So I do everything twice as fast. So we're going to put this on the 3. It also works very nicely at the 2.5 if you want a different shape one. So we need to grab our straight blade back. I'm going to do that. And we are going to do it again over here. All right, save these. I have another reason why we're going to use those in a minute. All right, so every pair of these is going to be a tag. So you need your repo, or regular tape will work too. The only reason why I like to use repo on this is because of that little hole there. I don't have to really worry about it. I can just go right over it. And then we're going to put this on top. All right. And then we have a beautiful little tag and it sits up. All right. So you can put, like, if you were going to tie this to a bag, you could put a little piece of raffia through there or ribbon. And otherwise, it's going to sit nicely up on a table if you would like it to. Like if you wanted to put macaroni and cheese and put this by your dishes on your kitchen table, or if you want to put names of people to tell them where to sit. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my square or my circle. I'm going to make a punch, put that on top. Is that super cute? And then whatever you want to do color wise, like let's say, actually, I'm going to use this square because I'm going to use this to do a leaf, I guess. Yeah, this is the spring leaf. Oh, it's still on my paper. All right, so there we go. So there you got it. Is that super cute? All right. So again, you can put somebody's name there, whatever, and then you can write on the inside. You would use a darker color pen to write on this one. All right, is that cool? So in making these, I also discovered that, and again, you can do circles also. One of the really cool things about the Nativity, I got this from my upline, is Nativity. Let me grab a dark color. Where's that blue I was using? Actually, I can cut this one. If you cut Nativity out with your circle, upside down, of course. Come on, go in there. You're going to cut off your angel, but just make sure your star is up towards the top and that the baby Jesus in the manger is in the hole. You're going to love this. And then do a little trimming. I'm going to cut off the rest of the angel here. And maybe a little bit of this so that it's more balanced. All right, that looks, oh, I didn't actually do that very good. It's not really centered the way I would like. You can do a better job than what I did. And then if you take another circle and cut it, it fits really perfectly on top of that. All right, and if you center it better than what I did, it looks even better, okay? Here's one. There you go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Is that pretty? All right, so another thing that you can do with these, you're going to be excited about this. So instead of when I was playing with this, when I folded these over, I thought they looked really pretty, just the way they are. So I folded it back like this. Remember this one that I said we're going to save? Let me tear this one up. Oh, see how that peeled off? That was because of my perforating. Remember how I told you? You can fold them different directions, but I'm going to keep this one the same direction. All right, so I've got 3 of those now, right? And then I need you to cut your extra scrap, the one that I said to not throw away. We're going to cut that into 2 1-inch strips. All right, so there's 1 and 2. All right, and then you're going to use your punch again. Again, this punch tells you that this works with 1-inch strips, 2-inch strips, and 2.5-inch strips. So I knew that I could use these 2 to do this again. So I'm going to put these. This also has a track that it fits perfectly in. If you don't have this punch, this is one of those that I feel like everyone should have because it's very versatile for a lot of different things. And no, I'm not going to do both ends. These other tags, remember they were 3 inches long. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to put the flat end down here on the 3-inch mark, and I'm going to grab my perforating blade again, and I'm going to perforate. All right, and now what I'm going to do, so we had the brown up with the blue folded over on these 3. On these, I'm going to have the blue up, and I'm going to fold over on the brown, so that we have a little bit of difference. I know y'all are cringing because I'm doing this on my mat. My mat's always a mess. All right, so there we go. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I did a Beckie. This way. It's repo, so I can just wipe off the extra. No big deal. All right, so after you have these, what a pretty page we can make with these. So take a look. I don't have a page with this, but I did a page last night. And in fact, Holly also did a page with a totally different color scheme. So let's get this stuff out of the way. All right, so I did this one. This is with seasonal sightings. All right, so you can see the 3 on each side. And you need 3 2.5 strips to do this, okay? 3 3.5 strips to get all of these pieces. And then I did the reverse here. Is that super pretty? This, everybody at my crop last night was like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? These poinsettias actually came from a mat in the mat pack, and I just trimmed away, kind of fussy cut these big flowers off of it to embellish this beautiful mat here. Do you love that? All right, and then Holly did the same thing. She did hers a little bit different in that she put her design in the middle, which I love the design in the middle, don't you? And this was Vivid Melodies in the Capri blue color. And she did the same thing. There was a mat in that mat pack. Was it a mat?
That was paper.
She actually did this on a piece of paper. So we had a piece of paper that had a design, and she just cut the corners off of her piece of paper to get that same look. So that's really great because probably not all the mat packs have that exact look in it. But she did the exact same layout. Do you love that? All right, so my friends, that's almost all that I've got. I have one more timely thing that I need to point out to you. I know a lot of times people are looking for the perfect gift, and a lot of people don't realize that we have the ability to do digital custom covers. So this is a book cloth album that I custom designed. So we have all kinds of different book cloth albums with creative memories. You know, you have the regular solid color book cloth ones. You can get the ones that they do that are just super pretty. Let me grab an example. Like this one, the company had a while back. They probably still have it, where it comes foiled and beautiful like this already. So that's another type of album that we have. But a lot of people don't realize that we have the capability for you to do an album cover exactly of what you want. In the fall, back in September, our family went to Camden, Maine for our vacation. And so what I did is I took one of my favorite pictures and I made it span the whole front and back of the album. I put so that I can identify it on a shelf very quickly if I wanted to pull this album and the date. So anyways, this is a very simple thing. If you need help with this, if you're one of my clients or if you don't have an advisor, I'll be happy, to do this alongside you on Zoom. It takes no time at all. If you want it for a Christmas gift, however, we need to do this really fast. So feel free to message me, leave a message in the remarks, and we can get this done for you. Great for weddings and anything really super special. Okay. So that's all I have to say today. And I am going to let you see my face one more time in case you care. One really exciting thing is my dogs are at home. My little Gracie was all bundled up in the blanket this morning with her little face peeping out. She has no idea I'm doing this, or we probably would hear her from there because she likes to disrupt, But anyways, thanks for watching, and you all have an amazing Thanksgiving. I'm really grateful for you, and we have lots of blessings. So let's be always